Good afternoon and welcome to feedbackthemagazine.com. I'm your host, Sonny Pinckney, and on the line I have with me today the former host of BET's 106 in Park, actress, musical artist, author, and philanthropist, Miss Mykie. How you doing today, Miss Mykie?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm living the dream. I wanted to jump right into things. I know you've been facing adversity over the past 7 years. Most people weren't aware that you battle alcohol and depression, addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. First question: were you apprehensive about going public with your addiction to alcohol and depression?
I would say in the beginning stages, while I knew that I needed to get help, but I hadn't gotten help yet. Yes, I was apprehensive because I was still afraid, and I wasn't well. I wasn't healthy enough to even have myself together. So my thinking and everything just wasn't rational. But ever since being better and getting out of rehab and getting a brand new team of people who love me and support me and believe in my vision as well. Like, it just is something that I'm definitely not afraid of, not ashamed of. I'm excited about speaking about it to help save others and just to put it out there because it's more of a common disease than many think. It's so many people, millions that are suffering from it that a lot of people have no idea about, and a lot of entertainers as well. So I think me being one of the first people in the entertainment industry, not just to come out and say, hey, I have a problem, but I'm wanting to do something about it to spread awareness and help others. I think it's pretty dope.
Okay. Now, like you said, you shared on your Facebook post recently, alcoholism is a hereditary disease. Has anyone in your family battled alcoholism?
Yes. I wouldn't necessarily just say alcoholism, but addiction of their sort. I really don't have to, want to put it all out there. But yes, my father and my mother's mom, which is my grandmother, they both battled addiction as well. So I would say I caught the bug, unfortunately, but good news is I was able to fight my way out of it, and it's going to be a lifetime fight from what I hear. But right now, it's not so much of a fight. I'm doing good. I'm staying prayed up, keeping good positive energy around me, and this campaign is actually helping me stay focused also because it's a constant reminder every day that I'm putting my mind towards, getting the word out and being a blessing to others. So it just stays on my heart and on my mind at all times.
Okay. Now, what was your lowest moment during the past 7 years?
Man, my lowest moment, I would say, would have to be about ending of 2015. That had to be the lowest. I mean, I don't even really, I just know I had lost it all at this point. I had lost a lot of my friends, my relationships. I ended up selling my crib, and I went back to stay with my mother, which is a real humbling experience. But I just remember it just being really dark. And I remember I was really ill around that time also. Like, I used that time to abuse alcohol even more and to, and that allowed me to not be able to think positively about my situation and know that God is going to get me out of it. Instead, like, I used alcohol. And, alcohol, once you drink it, it's kind of a depressant. Like, so it makes you even more depressed. So I was getting into some trouble, I think I wrecked a part of my mom's car, tripping, like countless stories, crazy stories. But that was the darkest, right before, I met, my current significant other now and moved out of the city to Beaumont, Texas. It kind of got me a little more stable, and I was able to kind of get away from everything and begin the process of getting myself together. But it wasn't until recently, so if that was 2015, I was still, kind of fighting that and going through that for a year and a half until just recently, like me deciding that I wanted to get into rehab and make a difference and really get healthy.
Okay. Now, on a Facebook post you wrote on January 11th of this year, you woke up sick and you called your mom and told her you was ready to get help. Did your mother encourage you to seek rehab in the beginning of your illness?
Absolutely. Absolutely, she did. I mean, this is something that my mom has been wanting me to do for years. I remember her, especially that time when I said that I had sold my crib and went back to stay with her and all of that type of stuff. You know, she used to just cry and say, baby, you need to stop drinking. You need to get help. You need to go. You need to, and I would fight it. But absolutely, this is something that she wanted. So when I did call her, she was she was so excited. She was like, thank you, Jesus. That was one of the first things she said. And right after that, I met up with her and we made our way down.
Okay. Now, this might be a tough question, but how long have you remained sober?
No, I remain so. I haven't had a relapse since going to rehab January 11th. I've been sober ever since, so I just made my 5-month marker on the 11th.
Okay. Congratulations, Mykie. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now, you expressed in your bio, and I think you answered this question before a couple of minutes ago. Now, you said that you lost friends. Did you lose associates and job opportunities and trust on family members as a result of your addiction or
Absolutely. All of that comes with the territory. And me being in rehab and hearing all of the different stories from people who are suffering like me, I mean, we turn into a completely different person. Like, that person is not the real us. Like, I've heard that countless times. Mikey, when you drink, like, you turn into a totally different person. So that different person was a liar, was a deceiver, was a just all of those negative words and attributes. Like, that was me, and that was them. I mean, and that's a part of the disease, and that's just something that happens, and nobody likes to hang around people like that. Nobody likes, can trust somebody like that. So, of course, absolutely, lost trust, business situations I might not have been able to attend, or my mind wasn't mentally focused for me to accept opportunities because I was wrapped up in some whole other whirlwind. So, yes, to answer your question.
Okay, a couple more questions. When you were hosting BET's 106 in Park and the T on your Instagram show, were there any pressures to bring it every day? And also, would you characterize yourself as a functioning alcoholic during that time period?
Yeah, I would. I would definitely consider myself a functioning alcoholic during those times. And I wouldn't say that it was that bad during those times. Like, I wasn't depressed while using then. Like, it was more of a, this is the entertainment world. This is what we all do. We link up and we have business meetings and we meet up at a bar. Or, I have all of these party bookings and I'm going to bring all my people out and we're sipping drinks in the section. And, so it didn't get to that part of my disease to where, like, it went from, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a process. So at that point, it wasn't as bad. But yes, I would say I was a functioning alcoholic. And did I feel like I had pressure? Absolutely. With like right now, I have so much peace with everything that I'm doing, with all of the bookings that I have and everything. I'm able to really process everything, take my time with everything. I'm thorough with stuff. Like, I just hosted the My Music Matters event in Nashville, Tennessee, not too long ago for BET, and I mean, I did such an amazing job. And I was talking to one of my managers, Daryl, like, and I kind of made a joke, like, man, like, I did so great, like, and I was sober, like, I was, and he kind of laughed about it, and I was just like, wow, like, I remember those times having event bookings or things of that nature, and probably taking like a little bit of liquid courage beforehand to feel quote unquote relaxed, because I felt like that's something that I needed in order to have the Mikey juice, the swag, the this and that. But in all actuality, it was taking me off of my note. I was stumbling over words, messing up, not confident. Like, it was doing all of the things that I did not want it to do. But at that time, like, I was thinking that it was helping. Maybe it was numbing my feelings to not even give a damn really about what it was. Alcohol is very tricky, and it does a lot to your brain and everything. So again, all of those experiences and everything, I know I'm not alone with that. So me, again, being able to get through all of those things, which is it is another reason why, I started up the whole new campaign, and I need to spread awareness about it because I know it's other people that have job interviews or getting ready for a big date or whatever they may have, and they might hit the weed a little bit or take a shot or whatever. I know that this is a common thing, so me putting it out there like this is something that I'm dealing with, I feel like it will make people feel more comfortable, like, wow, I'm not alone, and she's getting through it, like I can too. So.
Hmm. Now, for what advice would you give to an aspiring individual that's trying to land into the music industry? Because you've been at the major league level, so to speak. You've been with the heavy hitters, with the Angela Simmons and the Bow Wows. Like, what advice would you give to them, and what not to do?
Well, in the music industry, I would say with anything, a team is very important. Like people who really believe in you, people that you can trust. That's step one. Because you can't do it alone. It's so much that needs to be done from the business side, from the creative side to the marketing side. So that's number one. Get you a solid foundation, a solid team of people all that share the same vision, the same dream, and from there you guys can plan and make it happen.
Okay. Now, on June 16th, you'll be releasing your new album titled Rehab. Can you tell my audience some of the artists that will appear on your album?
There are no features on this EP, actually. There was going to be one, and actually there were going to be two. I had a feature with Future, and I had a feature with Arian Foster.
The former Texans running back.
Yeah. But I actually took those off because I want it to just be me. I just want to focus on myself. I just want to, this is the first time that I put out a project in quite some time, and I just wanted the attention and the focus to be on me. This is my baby because, this is my vision. This is how I saw things. I picked the records that I love the most to be on here. I was, creatively just hands-on. So I take pride in this, and I just kind of wanted it to be about Miss Mykie.
Now, will this be released independently, or will you be shopping this album through like record labels like Arista or Bad Boy?
Oh no, I'm gonna release this independently for sure. If anything happens from the single deal or whatever may, in which that has been presented to us, but right now we're kind of just focusing on keeping things independent for right now, rolling with that.
Okay. Now, what do you want people to take away from listening to your album?
The truth, the realness, the real Miss Mykie. People have heard music from me in the past. Me starting out, and no shade. You got to start from somewhere. But honestly, like I wasn't even really just 100% committed to that artist because that wasn't my vision. Like I felt kind of like a puppet, kind of like somebody writing like, "This is how I want you to be. I want you to be this chick," and that wasn't really authentically who it was. Like I wanted to sing. I could sing. I have a beautiful voice, and I'm able to showcase me. So yeah.
Okay, now I know this might be a little biased because you feel like every song is your favorite on the album, but which is your favorite song on the album?
I knew this one was coming. I would honestly have to say, man, and it's such a biased thing because some of the songs I recorded first, and so I played those out, so now they're not my favorite no more because the latest ones that I recorded are newer to my ears. So I'm like, ooh, those are my favorites. So it's kind of hard. Honestly, I'm going to say all of them are super jamming, but if I had to pick, the one that I play in my car the most is Beg. I would say that. Beg is one of my favorites, but the record that I feel like is the biggest on my EP is Dizzy.
Okay. Is there a particular reason why? Or is he just like?
I feel like the masses can truly identify with that record. That record is probably one of the best records I've ever recorded in my life. Shout out to Dre Tobin again, who wrote and produced for that record and the entire EP. So I just think that record is beautiful. It's a ballad. It showcases my vocals, and it was so much passion behind that record. Like I put this on my Instagram. This was a session, and I've never done this before. I was very vulnerable. Like I had just finished crying in the session. Jay Tobin had cut off the lights and was like, "Mykie, just write, you know, how you feel." So as I'm writing, and tears falling down my face, and I'm just writing everything that I'm feeling and my frustrations, and we're talking about it, and I'm crying. Like he's like, "Go hop in the booth." Like, go hop in the booth. So the passion that you hear in the record, like, is real. It's not, and everybody that has heard it is. My sister called me crying the other day because, of course, you know, you got to get a family a sneak peek. She was just like, "Mykie, like this song." I was like, I thought she was playing at first, but I was like, damn, like if it, you know, had the capacity to move my sister like that, like I'm, you know, I remember when I first heard the full thing, you know, me and my boyfriend, like we were like, wow. Like, this is a hit. Everybody that's heard it is like, it's an undeniable hit. It's one of those records, you hear it, and after the first two words, the first line, you like, this a hit. Like, you could bring it back right now. You want to start it over again. Like, let me hear this line again. So it's amazing, man. I can't wait for you guys to check it out again. June 16th, it will be available on MissMykieWorld.com, along with the official Project Rehab website, which I'll be having different people that I feature weekly who are battling with addiction or have recovered, but still, you know, like I said, it's a lifetime recovery, but they'll be sharing their stories and testimonies, and there will be a comment section where people could show their support and kind of like a family, you know, and with hearing all of these different stories, you know, I just hope to inspire, you know, others who are dealing with it. And we'll have a merch line for males and females. And, of course, my project, my EP Rehab, will be on there. My updates and what I got going on with my philanthropy around, and, you know, my events and new photos and just everything Miss Mykie and MissMykieWorld.com.
Okay, now a couple more questions. I know I said that a few minutes ago, but really, what did you discover about yourself during your stay in rehab that you didn't realize that Miss Mykie, alum from Howard University, didn't know about herself?
I didn't know that I was a really strong woman. Like, I said that in my mind, like, and I kind of knew it because of how far I've gotten in life and me being able to bounce back from different things. But, you know, the time in rehab did just have me be able to tuck away and really just reflect. I had a lot of me time to really just think about things and take care of myself more, like really get to the root of me, like, because this is an issue that nobody could fix. Like, and only I could, and if I really wanted to, like, I needed to become my own best friend and kind of really just be real with myself, the good, the bad, the ugly, like, kind of just put it out there.
Now,
like you did, John.
Now, your autobiography will be released sometime in the fall of 2017. What will your book touch upon?
Everything, my entire life story. It will touch upon my entire life story. Tentatively, right now, the book is going to be called Dizzy But Still Standing. So, like I said, my record, Dizzy, like I said, it was the most powerful record on the EP. We kind of use that to go off of. But, yeah, the book is definitely in the works. I'm working with a great team to develop that whole content. But everything from growing up to childhood to all of the different struggles. You know, I lost my brother to the police. And, you know, before the whole Trayvon Martin and all of that, you know, riot and people becoming huge advocates for that. Like, that happened to me, and that really impacted my life. And all of those things have something to do with, you know, the substance abuse and turn into unhealthy outlets in order to try to, like, really mask how you feel with certain things. And there's so much more that I've gone through. I just thank God for, you know, being strong. And I could also shout out my mother. Like, my mom is so strong. I grew up watching my mother. My mom lost, you know, I lost a brother. My mom lost a son. My mom lost multiple, like, husbands. I know this sounds crazy, like, multiple, like, her first husband was killed in the Army. Her second, you know, husband, he was murdered as well, and which is the father of my brother who was murdered. So my mom has taken a lot of losses. And then the divorce with her and my dad, and, you know, she's still strong enough to stand up and fight. And I see her pushing through and smiling and doing all she can, you know, to make sure that I'm good. Like, and it's just, you know, I'm going to be touching on all of that and the realness of the entertainment industry and the different things that I hid with the alcohol and my divorce, my, just everything. So I'm going to be very open about everything. And the good stuff is talking about the breakthrough. My current situation, my current relationship, my current business standing, me getting through all of that and turning to God and self-love and positivity, all of that. So it's going to be a great roller coaster ride. So look forward to that as well. Dizzy, but still standing. That should be coming out sometime in the spring.
Okay, and my last question, are you amazed with the love and the support following your revelation of what you've been dealing with?
I actually, I kind of thought it would be a little bit of negativity, like some people saying, well, that, this and that, but I guess so I could say yes. Like, I'm surprised how I haven't heard any negativity at all, and everybody keeps saying the same thing. This is divine. You can see God all through this, Mikey. Keep going. Like, and I know that you've heard this time and time again, but just receive it. God is really moving. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy. So all of that, means so much to me. And it feels so freeing to be open and just for people to accept my realness and see the growth. I think that that's something that's fascinating for most people, because I know that people saw, like, it wasn't difficult to see that something wasn't right with me, and that's something that people could talk down on, like, man, Mykie off her game, I don't know what she got going on, but when you kind of put it out there, like, this is what it is, this is me, but this is what I'm doing to change it, to be better, it kind of makes people respect everything so much more and have compassion for your story and just all around love and respect for you and what you have going on.